Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm taking a car video. I don't think I've actually ever posted a car video on my YouTube channel, so I just thought, like, why not? I'm waiting for Tess and my niece. So like whilst I'm waiting, I just thought I'd record a quick video, and I'm really hoping to not use too much battery because my phone's been draining battery like crazy, and I don't have storage, so I don't even know if this video is going to record like the whole time. But this is just a quick little story time, like explanation why I changed from architecture to interior design. So back when I had my initial YouTube channel, I was doing pretty well. I think I had over 200 subs. I was somewhat consistent. I used to post quite a bit, and I was really organized about my YouTube channel. But what happened was my YouTube channel at that time was very much centered around a young black woman who was aspiring to become an architect. And when I was doing architecture at the university that I was at, I failed my first year, and it was honestly very devastating. I just was not okay, and I think I just really was hard on myself. I felt like a complete failure, and I didn't want to go back to school. If you remember a video that I once posted explaining my uni application process and the whole thing, you'd know that it was actually very complicated for me to even get into university in the first place. I thought that I was going to go to America. I thought that I was just going to go back to life I used to live when I was a child, because I was born in Dallas, Texas, and I kind of like had romanticized leaving Africa, leaving Zim behind, and just never coming back. So finding out that I was gonna stay in Africa, going to South Africa instead, I was gutted. And one of the times I just didn't apply to the universities on purpose because I thought I would get my way, and other times they just rejected me, and then I ended up doing a higher certificate in architectural technology, which went really well, and I finished it, but I missed my graduation because I eventually got into uni. So yeah, failed my first year after all that havoc, and this was already 3 years post high school. So now I'm thinking I'm finally getting my degree in the bag, and I failed. I find the strength to try again because my friends are like, go for it. My parents, everyone's like, it happens. And I failed again, and I think that it really destroyed me. And I think that's kind of what led to deleting the YouTube. Like, I deleted the YouTube, I think halfway into, or maybe halfway into the second time I was doing first year of architecture, because I just felt like a fraud, and I hadn't made peace with my situation, with this scenario. Like, I just couldn't do it. And then I did a podcast, and that's like where I felt like, okay, maybe I can just talk about what I still wanted to share. I can still help someone the way I wanted to, but they just don't have to see me. But even then, I just felt like an imposter. I felt like I had nothing important to say, nothing important to share. I just felt like I wasn't good enough to just express my journey and my experiences, because I just thought that I'm a huge failure. And then after failing, so then I think I tried to delete my podcast, but I failed. I only managed to delete like most of the episodes, and only like the first episode stayed. But people that had saved my episodes still have them. So I was like, okay, fine. So the podcast is still there. And then this year, I actually planned to like just drop out of university as a whole, and I had planned to just start doing like draftsman work, because I did do a higher certificate in architectural technology. So I just thought, let me do that high certificate and put it into use, and just start working from there and just see what happens. I just was going to just hustle. I just thought that perhaps education, like tertiary education, is not for me. But then I spoke to a supervisor at a workplace that I intern at, and he gave me such lovely advice, and I showed him my work, like the portfolios I had done, and he gave me some tips. Like my parents and my siblings also chipped in, and I decided to apply to the school that I'm at today, at Inscape, where I had done my higher certificate in architectural technology, and I applied for a degree in interior design. And I think that's just when I found myself, and I was doing well, better than expected. And by the time it was mid-year, I was 1% below a distinction for my general course mark across my subjects. We did about 10 modules this year, and yeah, I was in SRC as well, and I just felt myself healing. Even at Girls Fellowship, I joined the events committee at church. I also joined Sunday school teachers at church. I also joined content creation, and I think all this time I had been wanting to do other stuff with my life, but I felt like because I was doing so poorly at architecture school, I just felt like maybe I shouldn't add more to my plate, or like I don't deserve to have activities or extracurricular activities because I'm not excelling in what I'm meant to be doing. But I wasn't excelling because I wasn't doing what I was meant to be doing. And so yeah, everything just came together so beautifully. I experienced a lot of heartbreak last year, like with school, the career. Just a lot was going on, and I just was so devastated. And it's just one of those things where, like, you're going for a weird season. People or a person you think you can lean on, you can't lean on, and then the people that you didn't expect to lean on, you lean on. And it was just very beautiful, like generally, like as a whole, because I learned how to lean on myself. I grew as an individual. I learned to forgive myself for not succeeding the way I had planned to. And my family was so supportive, is so supportive. My friends are so supportive. They were there for me every step of the way, every time I'd be crying, and it was beautiful. So now it's December. I think it's the 16th of December. It's Tuesday, 2025, and I'm finally going into second year, you guys. I passed the year with a distinction. I had 8 distinctions out of my 10 modules and 2 passes. And I feel like for me, this video is just a testimony, because I really, really had tied my value and my worth to what I can achieve. But God showed me that I'm way more than that. And I was able to find myself in that failure, in that time of self-discovery and heartbreak and pain. And even though it's something that still haunts me sometimes, I just know that at times it's the devil just trying to depress me, or like bring me back to a time that I'm no longer in. That season is over, and I just thank God to have finally found my true calling, my true passion. I never thought I would be a distinction student, especially in uni. Like, that's insane. And I'm forever humbled, because I think it was the experiences I had in those 2 years of architecture school that I might have not passed on paper, but I definitely learned a lot of things that I've taken with me. And I just thank God, truly. And if you're like wondering, how did I know to do interior design? When I was in architecture school, I was always more fond of the inside of spaces. I just wanted to be the person that kind of brought space and meaning into one, and giving a space meaning. And there was a project we did when I was doing my high certificate in architecture technology, where we had to renovate a commercial space, an already existing commercial space, and that was the project I enjoyed the very most. I loved that project. I truly did. And so when I went into architecture school, I thought it was more like that, but then it focuses on the outside. So in my head, I just said, okay, I'll just do architecture for now, but I think I'll probably do an honors degree in interior design or interior architecture. So I guess I always knew within what I needed to do, what I wanted to do, but I guess I kind of ignored that feeling and pushed it for later. But now I know that it's just always important to chase what you know you need or want now, and don't wait for later. So yeah, thank you for watching. That's just my testimony, and something I want to thank God for my family, my friends, and just for this experience, because you guys watching really helped me down. And thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you for bringing me, like, accepting me back in when I'm trying again. It hasn't been easy. I get insecure sometimes, but I'm getting there, and I'm very happy. My podcast is there, and I also started an Instagram account for a company that I've always wanted to have since I was a child, called C Razzie, and I've decided to call it C Razzie Enterprise. You can call it Crazy Enterprise, because I know that kind of sounds cool too. And I just have so much to share with you guys, to show you, and I can't wait. But thanks for watching. That's all for now. Bye.